Hey Catacomb Culture, this is Reverend Albert Serino here, and today we're going to talk about what I like to call personal ceremony. What personal ceremony is time for yourself. It's sitting down and going inward and listening to what your body is telling you that you may need that particular day or that particular time that you're doing it. The benefits of personal ceremony: you get to be more in touch with yourself, help yourself relieve symptoms of stresses throughout your day, your work life, your family life. All these things you could ease if you sit down and do a little bit of a ceremony for yourself. Over the years, I picked up a few techniques that I like to use. Some for building energy, like breathing and drumming. Some for tuning into our source aspect and receiving intuitive information. Some for personal healing. And some for just the physical body, like some things like yoga. And I incorporate all these things into my personal ceremony if it's what I need for that day. Here we have some of the objects that I brought along with me today. Now, at home, I have a little table that I like to call my altar, and I have some objects that I like to interact with, meaning smell, touch, listen to. All these things are on my altar at home, and when I come out into the woods, sometimes I just take a little bit of that altar with me. So here, we have my rattle. We have a few different stones, and each of them carry some metaphysical properties that help, such as this selenite, which is really good for clearing energetic field. I just have a few others here, along with my pendulum. Now, pendulums are used for a technique called divination, or helping you to tune more into your intuition. So I brought this along. And I also have here my drum. This is great here for me, but this might not be what you would prefer. So I encourage you to bring whatever you would like if you were to come outside, or create a space in your own house with a little altar and just objects that you might like to work with, whether it be incense or crystals, or it really doesn't have to be anything that you would term spiritual. It could be just things or objects that you really enjoy for your own self. So you just have those things, and you collect this, you make a little space, and you set yourself up, and you're ready to go. So a typical day, say, my day's a little stressful at work, and I come home and I decide, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have a little ceremony and see what my body's saying, what I may need. I feel really drained. I'm not really sure what's going on. So I'll sit down. The first thing I'll do is I always take a few deep breaths just to kind of relax myself the best I can at the beginning, just so I could get in a space to listen. A couple of deep ones. Then I just feel my body. I'm feeling that heaviness within. So I have a few techniques that I like to work with when I'm really feeling drained. And one is breathing exercises, deep breathing. I do rounds of deep breathing. And then the next thing I'll do is, after I get done with some of the breathing, I'll pick up my rattle. And I'll just sit. I'll try to become just this hollow bone, this empty, clear-minded space that I could just sit and rattle. Now, this is the point where my thoughts might still be kind of going a little bit. Like I said, I just got home, I'm stressed, I'm still feeling tired, so you might not be doing the best you can just yet, but you try. That's what you're going for. It's a clean space, and I'll just rattle. Now, the rattle, energetically, shakes and moves energy within you. And like I've said in one of my earlier videos, all is vibration. And when you look at that, like when you look at the world like that, you know that sound will help shake and move vibrations of your being and around you. And I'll do that for however long I need, whether it be a half hour, 15 minutes, whatever it is. And you know, maybe some days I might sit down and I feel that I need to use the drum. I really enjoy the drum to build up my own energy, to really clear my mind, to listen, to be able to listen to any intuitive information that's coming through to me that I need to know. Maybe some information about why I'm stressed on the day, what kind of things are bothering me, and how I could change myself to not be so affected by those things. So all that I might be receiving while I'm drumming and just listening for information. Now on another day, I may sit down and I may feel that I just have a lot of emotions going on inside me, and I'd really like some clarity on something in my life. And you know, I may want to use the drum, but I also may want to pick up my pendulum, just start to ask some questions and see if I could get some clarity. I might just be having a day where my back's really sore and my body's just really hurting. So instead of doing any of the drumming or any of the pendulum or the rattle or whatever else I may want to do, I may just need something simple and physical, like yoga or some kind of stretching practices. So I'll stay close to the altar and I'll just get back, I'll stand back up. If I have a yoga mat with me, I'll put that down. If not, I'll just be wherever I am, and I'll begin to just do a little routine just to get my body moving, just to get myself stretching. Nice, good places. Some days I'll come out or I'll be at my house and I'll sit down and I really won't want to do anything. You know, I want to just sit and relax, burn some incense, light some candles, or in the instance of me being out here in this beautiful natural environment, I'll just want to listen, take in the sounds of the birds, of the water running. So all I'll do, maybe I might just take an essential oil, and I'll just kind of put a little on my hands, and I'll just inhale a little bit. And I'll just sit and I'll listen. If you'd like to just have a conversation with yourself, with the universe, with whoever. Just a great time to just sit in your space, just to have your own space and to not be bothered by our typical daily stresses that we encounter. Every time I sit down, it's a different ceremony. There's some different intentions, different feeling, however my body's feeling. But if you feel like sitting down and creating a little ritual that you do every time you sit down the same over and over, feel free. So go out, create your own personal ceremony, find good locations or do it in your house, and let us know how it goes. If you have any tips or any techniques that you'd like to share, leave them in the comments below. If you have any questions, you can shoot me an email at gbtholistic@gmail.com. For any tools or altar pieces you may like, check out catacombculture.com.